I'm Lena Miculek.
I'm Sofia Espina.
And today we're going to show you some competition drills to help you build your EDC skills. Because if you're in the world of firearms only for personal protection, a lot of times you look at competition and you're like, I'm not here to play games, I'm here to defend myself. But competition is the best training that you can get for your EDC carry. And Sophie is definitely someone that can talk about it because that's how she got her whole start in firearms as well.
Absolutely. So I began in concealed carry and I wanted to become better with my firearm at an exponential rate. And I was told competition shooting is the way to do that. So the way that I bridge those two things is by shooting from inside the waistband. So I have an IWB holster and an IWB mag holder.
And she runs this in USPSA matches so that all of her practice is relevant for both worlds.
Exactly. And adding that timer in, introducing stress like you would be stressed in the real world in a defensive situation has made a world of difference.
Absolutely. Yeah. And one of the things about competition shooting that if you're training for EDC and you're not implementing it is competition shooting has standards. You have other people that you can look to, compare yourself to, and in competition training, we're always working off of a timer so that we understand honestly what we can do with our firearm and the amount of time it takes us. So today we've got 3 drills and we're going to walk you through each one. Make sure you understand the focuses of them and why it's important to have these skills for your EDC capabilities.
Brought to you by Shooters Global. We created the advanced training system and next-gen shot timers to help you progress faster.
For these 3 drills, we have them preloaded into our timer. We have a build drill, we have a 222 reload, and again, and then a movement one. But don't worry about all that, we're gonna explain it more in depth. But all you gotta know is select your drill, get your gun, we're ready to go. So our first drill is a build drill, which from concealment means I need to uncover or reveal my gun. For me, I'm carrying in my crossbody fanny pack. So step 1 will be uncover my firearm, draw, and then I'm gonna shoot 6 shots, which makes up a build drill. I have my target down range at what is an acceptable distance for concealed carry, 5 yards. Now, we're gonna be running it off the timer, which means I'll be able to look back and see how long it took me for my first shot, how much time was in between each of my shots, and what it took for an overall time. Now, remember, there is no limit. You can always get faster, but if we want to have some standards for ourselves when we're kicking it off, let's remember that for a police qualification, their standard is a 3-second draw. So from buzzer, bang, 3 seconds. And on average, in a self-defense use of a firearm, there is 1 round fired per second. So if we add that together, we're looking at a 9-second maximum overall goal to draw and fire 6 rounds on target at 5 yards. All right, we ready to kick into it?
Let's do it. All right.
I'm gonna load and make ready.
Beautiful.
The reason that I chose a build drill today and that we're working through 6 rounds is that if I have to use my pistol for self-defense, I want rounds on target. So we've got to be pushing speed, which means we have to have that perfect grip and great body position to be able to do so. So those are our main focuses. I'm gonna start relaxed, hands at sides, and whenever you're ready.
Beautiful. Shooter ready, stand by.
Nice. So on my timer here, I have it set to where I also track my hits. We can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 alpha. So I can enter that in and save it. Now on this screen, we can see I did 6 shots in a total time of 3.47 seconds. And I had a hit factor there. Nice, beautiful. And that right there, a build drill. If you don't know what else to do at the range, do this, and I guarantee you it'll build your skills.
Shooter ready, stand by. Nice. Wow.
Wow.
Dude, and
Wow.
you're probably like kind of at least 5 or 10% slowed down for technique or like, you know, like.
Oh yeah,
camera.
and no practice.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. See,
Dude, that's
training
awesome.
pays off. I haven't done this in forever. That was great.
Yeah. Nice.
This is why you dry fire,
Heck
everybody.
yeah. Nice. Good job. Our second drill today is a multiple threat drill. So I have 3 targets at those 5 yards again. I'm going to take 2 shots at each target, reload from inside the waistband, going 1, 2, 3, reload, 3, 2, 1. This is going to allow me to see the time it takes me to reload, as well as time between transitions, which are great things to work.
Shooters ready. Stand by. There you go. Shooters ready. Stand by. Another essential skill I believe that you should have for EDC is the ability to move quickly with your firearm. So we're not going to worry about shooting on the move yet, but we are going to get really cozy with moving ourselves while keeping our firearm in a safe direction and towards our threat. So what I've done is I have a board on the ground here for my fault line and a board over there. They are 3 big steps apart, and I've got my 3 same targets at that 5-yard mark. So the drill will be on the buzzer, draw, fire 2 shots on the left target, 2 shots on the middle target, trigger finger off the trigger, and move into my second shooting position. Fire 2 shots on my right paper, transition 2 on my middle. What we're looking for in such a short movement is making sure you are at that board with your gun up. Let me grab my blue gun and show you what we don't want to do. What we don't want to do is go bang, 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 bang. What we want to do is we shoot our first target and our second. We can keep both of our hands on our gun, but we want to move. And when I'm just 1 step out, I need my gun to already be up on target, my sight to be there, so that when I come to a complete stop, I can immediately shoot instead of coming to this position unprepared and then finding my sight on target. It might seem like a small detail, but it is truly what makes the biggest difference. So we're gonna keep our gun up, bang, 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 bang. Love it. Let's get a real gun.
Shooter ready? Stand by. Shooter ready?
Ready.
Stand by.
Nice.
Shooter ready. Stand by.
So with those 3 drills, you're really covering a huge amount of skills that are really relevant to you. You've got concealed carry draw, concealed reload, single shot rapid fire, multiple targets, and moving with a firearm. You add that on top of your timer, and then you've got that stress. So with these 3 drills, I think you got your bases pretty darn covered. But remember, no matter what you're doing, if you're not adding that timer and that stress, it's not going to be the best. It's just not. So make sure you're utilizing that. You have that pressure. And then the payoff at the end is that you have all of your stats that you can look back on. You can see where your greatest struggles were, your greatest successes. So with time, you can really start to specifically train your greatest weaknesses, which is going to be what's always most efficient. But that's it, guys. Train, use a timer, and remember that playing the game of competitive shooting is super relevant for EDC.
Absolutely. And if you're by yourself, you don't have an awesome friend to run the timer for you, you can go from instant to delay and yeah, make yourself better alone.
Absolutely, absolutely.